Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Friends, we are discussing about the content points and major point of discussion in different units of different courses of MA education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. We have already discussed MES 011 Understanding Education. We have also discussed MES 016, that is the first year course. Both the courses are in the first year of MA education program. MES 016, that is educational research. Most of the things we have discussed in MES 016 course. And of course, we have discussed MES 012 Education, Nature and Purposes. This is also first year course. And in this course in MES 012 Education, Nature and Purposes, already we have discussed the first three blocks, and presently we are discussing the last block, that is block 4. Uh, the theme of block 4, the title of block 4, that is curriculum and its various aspects. And in this block, already we have discussed unit 13, 14, 15, and 16 in our earlier video programs. And today in this program, we will discuss the last unit of block 4 of MES 012 course, that is curriculum evaluation. So friends, in our earlier programs, we have discussed about the concept of curriculum, basis of curriculum, approaches of curriculum, different phases of curriculum. Okay, so how to conceptualize a curriculum, how to design a curriculum, and accordingly, how to transact that curriculum. But in this program, the last unit, the theme of last unit is curriculum evaluation. So, friends, we should understand that what is curriculum evaluation. You see, after development of a curriculum, after construction of a curriculum, the further activity is to transact that curriculum, to the you can say the prime stakeholders or to the main beneficiary, that is the students. Okay, in any educational program. Then further, you see, as I have already said in my earlier programs, that after you can say operating the curriculum, after implementing the curriculum for a few years, then we have to understand, we have to know whether that curriculum is working properly or not. So there is the need of evaluating the curriculum. Okay, so how the curriculum functions in the field, the objectives and the aims and the goals that that have been earlier stated for developing the curriculum, whether the curriculum is working in line with the stated objectives or not. Okay, so here you have to take a decision, you have to follow certain process, and by following certain process you have to do a complete evaluation of the curriculum. Okay, so whether the intense objectives are achieved or not, or whether there are if there is any requirement of further modification of the curriculum, revision of the curriculum. Okay, so for revising the curriculum, modifying the curriculum, unless we do a detailed assessment of the curriculum, detailed evaluation of the curriculum, then we cannot come at a point that in which aspect of the curriculum modification is required, revision is required. Okay, so that's why curriculum evaluation is one of the very important point, one of the very important aspect so far as the educational program is concerned. So here today in this program we will discuss that what are the different aspects and how curriculum should be evaluated. Okay, so we'll discuss step by step. In this unit, in unit 17, you will find that first of all, the nature and purpose of curriculum evaluation is one of the content points. Then further approaches to curriculum evaluation. So when we evaluate the curriculum, what approach we supposed to follow for evaluating the curriculum? That is also another important content point of this unit. Then further, another important content point, that is the curriculum evaluation models. So friends, when we evaluate the curriculum, so what are the models that supposed to be used? Okay, supposed to be followed for evaluating the curriculum. That is also another important content point. Then further curriculum evaluation phases. So when we evaluate the curriculum, so it should be evaluated in which phases. So what are the steps or what are the phases we supposed to follow in the process of evaluating the curriculum is also another important point. Then further characteristics of evaluation, participants in curriculum evaluation is also another sub-content point of this unit. So friends, we will discuss this entire unit. This is one of the very important unit so far as the concept of curriculum and evaluation is concerned. So that's why we will discuss the entire unit in two small videos. In this video, in the first video, first we will focus upon the first two teaching point, that is curriculum evaluation, its nature and purpose, and further we will discuss approaches to curriculum evaluation. So what are the different approaches that supposed to follow, that supposed to use for evaluating the curriculum. So friends, to discuss the nature and purpose of curriculum evaluation, I have already discussed that whenever we go for evaluating any curriculum, our focus is on, first of all, to understand the curriculum, understand the objective and the aims of designing that curriculum. What are the different aspects that that have been addressed in the curriculum? Okay, so further, after understanding the curriculum, then we're supposed to know that whether the objectives and the goals, the aims that has been, or the very purpose for that the curriculum has been developed, whether that purpose is fulfilled or not, whether the objectives are fulfilled or not. Okay, so that's why we have to evaluate the curriculum. So friends, very specifically, let me to put forth one example. Let you all are the student of MA Education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. This program has developed before few years. Okay, so you will find that during these days many changes that has been taken place in education. Okay, in higher education, in school education, and other aspects of education also. But you see, when we develop a curriculum, you'll find that the things that has been developed till that date, when the curriculum is getting developed, so you'll find that all the points that got addressed in the curriculum. But after development of the curriculum, you'll find that many changes which is taking place in education, taking place in society, taking place in our educational discourses, you will find that hardly that representation you will find in the curriculum, because the curriculum that has been developed earlier. Okay, so that's why, though curriculum, the nature of curriculum is always futuristic, always progressive in nature, still then many things that has not addressed, because that is the development, that is the development after development of the curriculum. So that's why there is the need that after a gap of time, after a gap of period, you can say 5 years, you can say 7 years, that curriculum should be evaluated. So after evaluation of the curriculum, you will find that there may be the requirement of many bringing certain changes in the curriculum. So that's why curriculum evaluation is one of the very important points so far as educational program is concerned, because no educational program, no curriculum is static. Every curriculum may be related to school education, may be related to professional education, may be related to any higher education. You will find that new researches are coming, new pedagogical approaches are coming, new methods, technologies, strategies are coming. So accordingly, the new approach, methods, and strategies, models, then there is the need to develop the curriculum. So that's why this is one of the important aspect that we should understand, that no curriculum is fixed, no curriculum is static, no curriculum is permanent. Rather, curriculum is a ever dynamic concept, curriculum is a ever changing concept. So that's why there is the need to modify the curriculum time to time. So, friends, here to discuss about the nature and purpose of the curriculum. So, we have already discussed that this is the very nature of evaluating the curriculum. Then further we will discuss that what are the approaches that can be used for evaluating the curriculum. So, friends, in your unit, in Unit 17 curriculum evaluation, in the unit curriculum evaluation, you will find that three approaches that has been mentioned. First is the scientific and humanistic approach. Second is intrinsic and payoff evaluation or payoff approach of curriculum evaluation. Then the third is formative and summative evaluation. So I repeat it. Try to remember. The unit is in your hand, so that's why you will not find any difficulty to get the content of this unit, because you have already received the material, either hard copy or the soft copy that is with you. You see the three approaches that has been addressed in the unit curriculum approaches, curriculum evaluation approaches. First is the scientific and humanistic approach of curriculum evaluation, and the second is that is intrinsic and pay of curriculum evaluation approach, and the third is formative and summative curriculum evaluation approach. So, friends, let us try to understand that what is scientific and humanistic approach first before discussing the other two approaches. You see, scientific and humanistic approach, it talks about two their function and their concept that works in two contradictions, two contradict points. Okay, and the approaches are entirely different. You see, the scientific approach of curriculum evaluation, it talks about certain numerical values, certain, you can say, quantitative analysis of the curriculum in terms of curriculum output, you can say, in terms of curriculum product, you can say, in terms of learning outcomes or instructional objectives, you can say. You see here, when we talk about the scientific approach of curriculum evaluation, you have to do a type of experimentation. Okay, so you have to select for doing certain experiment. You have to select a control group. You have to select an experimental group, and you have to give certain treatment. Okay, means how the curriculum is giving a better effect, how the curriculum is giving a better effect so far as the achievement of the students are concerned. Okay, so let me to give one example. In experimental in scientific approach of curriculum evaluation, you'll find that the achievement score of the students, okay, or the learning outcomes in terms of grades, learning outcomes in terms of marks, in learning outcomes in terms of percentage. So that got emphasized in scientific approach. Means that three or four batches of students they have been passed out. So what you will do here? So you have to collect data from the students, from the school, from the colleges, that what is the pass out rate of the students from that particular curriculum. So here you are not going to involve yourself in deep interaction with the subjects, only taking the data, only taking the quantitative data. You are just analyzing the numbers, you are just analyzing the data quantitatively, and you are coming at a point that yes, the students are doing well, those have pursued this curriculum, and those have completed this curriculum. So this is mostly quantitative in nature. But friends, when we talk about humanistic approach of curriculum evaluation, you will find that this is a type of holistic approach that we follow in curriculum evaluation. So here you see, humanistic approach means you have to involve the stakeholders wholeheartedly. You have to interact with the stakeholders by using certain tools. Okay, so just like what you have to do, you can just do a type of focus group discussion. You can just do a type of interview. You can observe the things which is going on in the field. Okay, so when the curriculum is getting transacted, you can also observe. You can visit the school. You can visit the educational institutions. You can make a group of students, a group of teachers, group of educationists, group of community members, group of administrators, educational administrators as subject of your study. So you have to plan a proper study. Then accordingly, you have to take the interview of the students. That what was the purpose of this curriculum, the aim of the curriculum, then accordingly whether the curriculum has been properly achieved by the stakeholders or not, whether they have acquired the competencies, the skills. Okay, so which is integrated in the curriculum. Okay, which is the purpose, which is the objective and goal of the curriculum. So here, what you have to do. So when you will come contact with the students, with the stakeholders, you will find that they will say about the positive aspects, at the same time and the weaknesses of the curriculum. So after analyzing the the data that you have received by observing, by doing the interview, and by involving yourself in many other case studies, you'll find many data, and further you have to analyze that data. And humanistic approach of curriculum evaluation, you'll find that it is mostly qualitative in nature. This is not quantitative in nature. Means here, the focus of curriculum evaluator is not only upon the number, upon the quantity, rather the process, how the things are going on. Okay, so it is very much related with the process aspect. So, friends, the scientific and humanistic approach of curriculum evaluation can be used for evaluating the curriculum. Then, further, the second approach, that's called as the intrinsic and your payoff curriculum evaluation approach. So try to understand that what is the intrinsic and what is the payoff curriculum evaluation approach. Intrinsic approach is also called its process approach. Okay. In process approach, you'll find that when you have developed the curriculum, so definitely three or four steps that is very much important. Just like the objectives of the curriculum, content selection of the curriculum, different aspect of the curriculum, and then after the transaction aspect of the curriculum, at the same time the output or the product or the learning outcomes of the curriculum. So this is called as the intrinsic approach. It means within the curriculum how the things are going on. So you have to touch upon the context, at the same time different steps of the curriculum, different points of the curriculum, in which content is one point, in which transaction is another point, what method techniques are used in the curriculum. Okay, so at the same time the output, the learning outcomes, that is also surely one of the important points of curriculum evaluation. So that's why intrinsically you have to analyze the purpose of the development of the curriculum, design of the curriculum, then accordingly how the curriculum that got developed and transact, and whether the things are happen properly or not, and what modification, what revision, or what new things that needs to be incorporated in the curriculum, and what things that require to delete, that require to take away from the curriculum. So that is also another aspect that is called as intrinsic, means within the curriculum, within the content, within the process, within the transaction techniques that you are using, you have to take a decision whether the curriculum is effective or not. Then further we can say that's called as the payoff evaluation. So, friends, payoff evaluation is just like your, the scientific approach that we have already discussed. Payoff evaluation is also focused upon the learning outcomes. Okay, means how the product of the curriculum and how the curriculum, what is the output of the curriculum and how the curriculum is providing to the learners, what skill, what competencies is providing to the learners. So this is a type of effect study also, just like in experimental studies, what you are doing. So you can select a group of students, then upon the group of students, you can just implement the curriculum, give the treatment of the curriculum, and you have to compare that what was their earlier performance and what is their further performance, whether there are any changes or not, and whether that change is a significant change or not. So that you have to understand. So here, when we talk about the payoff evaluation, curriculum evaluation approach, here also we are focusing upon the product aspect, the outcome aspect. Okay, so means what is intends to get from the curriculum. Then further, the third approach, that's called as the formative and summative approach of the curriculum. So, friends, you see, these three approaches are somehow interlinked with each other. When we talk about the formative and summative approach of curriculum evaluation, so here also we are focusing upon the process, at the same time the product. Process means, you see, the formative assessment that touch upon the process, means how the things are going on. So here what you have to do in formative approach of curriculum evaluation, so you have to understand, you have to analyze the content, you have to analyze the what assessment techniques that has been included in the content, how the content is getting transacted in everyday classroom, okay, in everyday lesson. So that is also being the part of curriculum evaluation. And further, when we talk about the summative approach, so here means the product that talks about the result of the term and examination, the result of the semester and examination. Okay, means how the students are doing after completion of the curriculum. Okay, so what is the product? What is their achievement? What is their progress? What is their performance? Okay, so these three approaches are used in curriculum evaluation. That the scientific and humanistic approach, then your intrinsic and payoff approach, and at the same time the formative and summative approach, how the curriculum that could form the process of forming the curriculum, then accordingly whether that curriculum is providing such information, such data, and then whether the students are getting that type of understanding, that type of knowledge for pursuing that curriculum, that also come into context when we evaluate the curriculum. At the same time, we also focus upon the summative evaluation, that means the product of the curriculum, the achievement level of the curriculum, the competencies that the students those have completed the curriculum, whether they have achieved it or not, whether they have received it or not. So this is also another aspect. So friends, in this program we have discussed about the concept and purpose of curriculum evaluation. At the same time, we have also discussed three different approaches of evaluating the curriculum, and in our next program we will discuss about different curriculum evaluation model, at the same time different phases of curriculum evaluation. Thank you.